Hey everybody, coming at you with the power of YouTube. Just want to say, hey, I got a special guest, Motomat. You can see here on the TV right there. Take a look. Got his fancy ass home gym, nice helmet, trademark. He's an awesome dude, and I'll get to why I had him on the channel here today. Uh, First, tell us a little bit about yourself, where we can find you on Twitch, YouTube, any of the social media you got there.
Just Google search Motomat, Motomat1T. You'll find the YouTube channel. Not really big on Twitch, but YouTube's pretty much my thing. Got a lot of videos regarding motorcycles and video gameplay.
Awesome shit. All right, I'll switch it over real quick to some of the stuff you've done here, and the reason I got you here today. You guys might have ran into this guy, you might not have, but you guys know me. I'm big in the Fortnite scene. And this guy definitely plays Fortnite Save the World. The other day, he came into my stream, and he hooked me up with a legacy pistol. That tells you how long he's been playing. He's been playing for some time now. Big fan of Epic Games as well as Fortnite. Same here. And he started this project, which I'm going to show you guys some of the pages here. Looks like he started it where he was basically had, I believe, was it 2 accounts?
Yeah, the 2 accounts, one main, and then I added a secondary account.
So he had 2 accounts that he paid money for, guys. Keep in mind, he paid money for these just for testing purposes because we had so many, I believe because we had so many AFKers. I'm going to let him explain in a minute what led up to this, but I think it's because we had so many AFKers, or maybe he just wanted to see if the ban system would work, how long it would take. So what led up to this this project of yours, Matt?
My wife is into asset protection. She's got a really good career in large corporations in America, you know, making sure that logistics and operations and everything gets sent. So I told her about this update that came down the line from Epic, that they added a report system. And she scoffed at it. She thought it was stupid. And I was like, well, what do you mean? And she basically said that all companies do this. They make these pseudo feedback report systems that they never read, and it's just to make their customers feel like they're important and they're happy. So it got me thinking that, you know, maybe there's some truth to it. And I dug into the report system when they added it. And one thing that really scared me as a player was you were allowed to report for trading. And yet, from the beginning of this game, on their official website, on their official forums, from Epic themselves, they said, we do not condone trading. So it got me thinking, how can you say you're going to condone trading and then you're going to allow people to report on it? And as months and months went by and more players started coming up with their own conclusions and their own theories, it didn't really look like the report system did anything. It didn't look like the AFKing stopped. It didn't look like griefing stopped. It didn't look like trading stopped. So one night I said, I'm going to just buy an account and I'm going to try to AFK as much as possible, and I'm going to see what happens. And this project was in the making for about 6 months, and I never could do it because as soon as I was going to pull the trigger and do it, they added those PL gates that were supposed to make the game a lot better. And the PL gate was actually going to stop AFKing because now I can't AFK any mission I want. I have to AFK the missions that my power level was set to, until Fortnitemares came around. And that's when I decided that was the one opportunity that I was going to get to do this correctly, because AFK and Stonewood missions just wasn't going to cut it. No one was going to report me. No one really cared. They didn't even understand how to play the game. And I saw that with my own eyes when I had to push my alt account through Stonewood to get the Plankerton, to do the SSDs, to get to Twine Peaks. And Fortnitemares, like everybody knows, was based on SSD progression system like all other events. So I figured that's going to be the opportunity to start AFKing, and luckily Frostnight was set up the same way, based on SSD progression. So it allowed me to keep a very low power level player in a very high power level mission, which hopefully was enough to get enough people to recognize that there was an issue going on and send some reports to Epic's way.
Nice. So it's pretty clear this was a well thought out scientific project with a time window, not just somebody going around being a total a-hole doing that. And I know you had 2 accounts. Did you have like separate PCs, or was everything just like on one, or are they alternating?
So I have a pretty good laptop. It's an Asus ROG laptop that I was using as my AFK machine, and then my primary desktop was for my main account. and various other games, Counter-Strike Source or CS:GO, and Payday 2 and some other games that I play. But yeah, basically the laptop was plugged in, powered on, and I created a script that would allow it to jump in and jump out of missions every couple of minutes, and it just ran 24/7. I would check on it when I was on the main computer and just baby it to make sure that it wasn't timed out or anything happened.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I can see from the screenshots here, you definitely got a warning at some point. Ultimately, you did get like banned from the accounts, I believe. And I do see some macro software, so that's cool. Got everything automated. Very badass, dude. So this is definitely a really cool project, and I see that at some point it even you posted on Reddit, it blew up. So it's very cool that a lot of people got to see access to it. Do you have any kind of time frame of how long it took to get banned and warnings? How many warnings you might have gotten? And ultimately, do you think Reddit played a role in that ban taking place? Or do you think it would have taken place anyway?
I honestly believe, and again, like I love, like that was the #1 question everybody asked was, how many reports did you get? And I obviously I don't know, and maybe I'll find out when I get to talk to Epic this week. But no, I have no idea how many times I was reported. The time frame from starting the project and AFK to getting banned was roughly 3.5 months. It was mid Fortnite Mares, so right after Halloween up until early January was just consecutive straight AFK. The only time the account truly went down was there was a blackout with the servers for a couple hours, and luckily a lot of these content updates were live, so we didn't have to re-download a new patch to keep playing, so that allowed me to AFK some more. Nice. I do think Reddit played a huge factor into this ban. I do believe that the 24-hour bans were automated. The first ban, as I noted on Reddit, happened on a Sunday afternoon right before Christmas, and I'm going to be honest, I don't believe no American tech company is working Sunday before Christmas. Like, that was automated. Right. And then the second ban was mid-afternoon on holiday weekend, like, you know, holiday week, you're still off. New Year's Eve was around the corner, another ban for 24 hours. So there's 3 24-hour bans in total, all at time frames that just didn't really mesh up with what a company's work hours were going to be. So I do think the system is automated. I do believe that the system has an algorithm that if X player receives Y amount of reports in a given amount of time frame, send them a ban. Like, it's that simple. And I don't think those numbers are realistic, and I think that was the whole point of this, was how many reports does a player truly need to get punished? And realistically, the player that logs in and AFK is a VBuck mission, or AFK is a 4-man legendary survivor mission, and then logs off or goes back to BR or goes to play whatever game that he would rather play than Fortnite, those players are honestly never going to get punished until something changes with the algorithms, or maybe a player-based Overwatch system like CS:GO has. So I think the Reddit posts brought a lot of attention to this, and Epic forcefully banned the account manually because a lot of the things made sense. It was banned on a work weekday at 10 a.m., and that's a perfect prime time for someone to be working at the company.
Agreed. Yeah, because I'm sure there might have been essential personnel, but I seen these, even as a streamer, I seen that Epic had reported they were going to be out until early January for the holidays. Offices closed. So I see that when you had that warning there, was that like, did anything actually take place with that warning, or was that just like a slap on the wrist or a 24-hour type thing, or what happened with that?
The official warning, the very first punishment that I got, nothing, absolutely nothing. It was just a flat. Oh, it was just a splash screen that said, "Hey, you've been warned for AFK. Please don't do it again. Something might happen down the road." So I instantly posted that on Reddit. I'm like, "Okay, guys, like this is it. Maybe something can happen." And everyone, for the most part, was just like, "Keep going, keep trucking, see what happens. Like, don't give up." And so we just kept the AFK going. We got our first ban. And then, I really expected more punishment from the automated system because, for the most part, everything was true. The warning said at the bottom, if this happens again, you will receive a ban. And I said, okay, cool. Like, that makes sense, because after warning comes the punishment. And then I got the 24-hour punishment. And then at the splash screen on the 24-hour punishment, it said, if this happens again, you will receive a permanent ban. And I was like, damn, so you got like one warning, one soft ban, and then you're done. And I was like, well, let's see how long it takes. And then I got more soft ban after soft ban, 24-hour bans after 24-hour bans. So and nothing, yeah, so nothing really came out of it from the automated system. And who knows, maybe, and to give credit to Epic, maybe they would have seen the flags. Maybe they would have been like, hey, this person's been banned 2 times. Let's look into it. And I would have been permanently banned from their end, regardless of the Reddit post. It was just awfully coincidental that the second Reddit post went up, and then within 12 hours I was banned.
So, and to be fair, this definitely can be complicated for Epic, because, you know, some people might have an emergency or might have to take a crap, and I guess they could exit a mission, but it happens. But over and over and over, yeah, it shouldn't. And the thing was with these accounts, though, if there was any type of like human interaction, it would have been a quick, easy. Because this is like, they were screaming, ban me, like, ban me please, report AFK. Like, it was clear that you had a goal in mind, and, you know, it wasn't like you were just gonna have, like, you know, a random name like Speedster 247.
Right. Yep.
Like, it was clear you guys like, hey, you know, like, ban me, and more importantly, if people got into a match with you, they knew, hey, I need to get into a new match. This guy's just gonna AFK.
Yeah, after the first Reddit post, I did start noticing the Reddit infamous stuff that happens when you make it big on Reddit, especially in a small community like Save the World. More and more people were like, hey, I saw you in my match. I saw you in my match. And I'm like, did you report me? And I was getting to the point where I was started to worry, like, maybe this has become more of a celebrity thing than a project, and no one was going to report me. They were just going to see if they could get into a match, take a screenshot, post it on Reddit. So I'm glad that, you know, we still got the ban. We still got like some sort of vindication from this whole process.
Mission accomplished. That's awesome. So yeah, I find this whole thing just really interesting, and I wanted to bring it out there to hopefully a wider audience. I don't want to say I have the reach that Reddit does, but some new people that haven't seen it. Maybe someday somebody will look back on this and they'll come up on YouTube and find it. But you know, I wanted to make people aware, and I hope we can follow up, because I don't want to put too much of your info out there. But recently you told me you're going to Epic headquarters.
Yeah. So I got banned. I want to say I got banned on a Tuesday. It was early in the week. And then within 12 hours after receiving the suspected manual ban, I mean, we can't know for sure, and I don't want to take anything away from Epic. Within 12 hours, I checked my email like I always do, and there's an email from Epic Games on the banned account. And at first I was like, did you email me to say I got banned? Like, that was kind of nice of you. I didn't get an email on my main account. I got an email on the banned account, so I was like, kind of like, that was weird. So I opened it, and it was Epic sending, hey, we would like to invite you to headquarters on Tuesday, the 15th of January at this time. Email us back if you can confirm. We will call you later this week to send you the information. And I was like, well, that's weird. Like, I'm not going to turn it down, though. I'll go for sure. And you know, if this is about the ban, that's fine. Like, maybe they want to know what they can do better. That's great. I'd love to talk that with them. If it's just about, you know, saving face with the company, maybe do research. Maybe it's about a new project they're working with, Save the World. That would be cool too. I definitely do want to tell them the positives of this project. I do think that AFK and leeching and griefing can be fixed. I don't think it's going to be fixed in the traditional sense like other MMO or RPG games. The biggest problem that I find when trying to elaborate why I think it can be fixed with the Reddit community, they're treating this like a PvP game, and you can't treat this like a PvP game. You cannot say, well, just lower the idle time to 2 minutes, because that's not going to solve anything. You can still jump, you can still pickaxe, and you can still find ways to get around that kick-out time system. I do think a vote kick system could work. A lot of people bring up that it can be abused, which is true, but every system can be abused. I do think there'll be more pros than cons with a vote kick system. And the main reason why is you're not going to get grouped up with someone that has 3 friends and then a random, and all 3 friends, conspire on Discord and third-party chat to say, hey, let's kick this guy. Because at the end of the day, you're only wasting 15 minutes. You can get into a new match if you think anything's sketchy. And I do believe that the majority of the people of this game just want to get the mission done as quick and as easy as possible and get the rewards. You're not going to kick someone that is genuinely trying and genuinely participating. So I don't think it's going to get abused as much as people are afraid that it could get abused. But the main issue that I think we can fix is there needs to be some sort of disconnect with team-based rewards. I don't think everybody should get the exact same rewards for doing X amount of work. And I don't know. I don't have the answers on how to fix that, but that is something that I do think Epic needs to hear from the player base, especially the higher power level player bases, is that we are expected to carry missions. If you're over PL 120, I'm sorry. In my experience, people expect me to do all the work. They expect me to build. They expect me to kill everything. They expect me to get the blue glow. And I'm like, there's 3 other of you around. Like, you guys can help out too. And their answer is, no, it's okay. You got this.
I completely agree with you. I think it even stems further than that. Like, when I first started the game, I felt like people felt that way about certain classes too. Like, hey, you're a constructor, build the base, bitch. Like,
yeah, yep.
That's all we're given. I do think there is some room for abuse with that report system, like you said, but because I do think occasionally people could be dicks and just kind of say, hey. But I think you're right. I think you're onto something. I think if there's like a tally and there's like a pattern, it's like it's pretty obvious. Okay, this guy is repeatedly getting AFK reported. There's not that many assholes out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as for the score, you're on the money. People don't work together. There's a whole other type of AFKing that isn't discussed here. As a streamer, I got people joining in my game all the time. But even before doing that, I've had people, it's almost like they keep hopping in and out. And what I theorize they're doing is they're jumping on their friends list from one game to another, seeing which one's closest to being done, just to get those rewards. So,
yep, I've experienced that myself on the other end of the fence, being I don't want to say like famous or anything, but I have a very large following of friends that play Fortnite, especially with when I was making it publicly known that I was going to do a giveaway. I gave away like a $50 Steam gift card to anyone that could correctly guess how much XP you'll get after 1,000 mini llamas. So it was like interesting, because I had over 1,000. I wanted to get rid of them. So I said, guess the amount of XP you're going to get. Closest one gets $50 gift card. And a lot of people chipped in. And on the way to getting those llamas, I would get DM'd all day long. Hey, there's 2 minutes left of my SSD. Jump in real quick for those llamas. So it is a thing. It definitely is a thing where people are like, I want that V-Bucks. Let me in your mission with 2 minutes left or something. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, and I guess there's two sides of that, because I'm even guilty of that. I'm on my stream, and we'll have a slot open, and I'm like, somebody should get these rewards. I guess it's just the difference between being invited versus just kind of jumping in.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if somebody's like, hey, I don't want these to go to waste. It's like when you have a party and there's leftover food, versus like somebody just kind of scavenging.
Someone's knocking on the street, like, hey, I saw you guys had a barbecue. What up?
Right. So it's kind of crazy.
Absolutely.
And then to go further into what you're saying too with the missions, it's hard to decide how the rewards are paid out, because you would say, hey, let's just go by like this combat score or something, but sometimes there's in Fortnite there's so many ways to solve the problem. Sometimes you're not fighting your way out, you're building your way out. So it's really hard. You can't just say, hey, this constructor put the whole base together and everything, put his base on it, and came up with this elaborate tunnel strategy, and someone else threw the traps up, and now he's just kind of screwed.
Absolutely.
So it's tough. It's a tough thing for them to figure out. hopefully they'll reach out for feedback. I seen they had a survey link a while back. It might even be the one that you had filled out. I filled it out. I haven't heard anything back, but I'd love to share some feedback. And I know they had some of the streamers there. I'm hoping they can get some YouTube guys up in there, because I mean I don't feel like they've gotten as much love.
Yeah, they did the thing with Twitch and some of the guys like Allure SC, and I think some other guys got to go. I think A1 got to go. But yeah, they need to do something with the YouTube. Content creators in general, there needs to be a lot more open communication going on with the devs and the player base. I think this game still can succeed even with all of the tremendous setbacks with optimization, servers, just the lack of originality. This game was never heard of before, like 3 years ago, when it finally was getting momentum. I mean, it's been in development since 2011, so think about that for a second. We got a game that we're just now playing in early access that may or may not go free to play this year, and it's been in development for almost 8 years. I mean, Counter-Strike Go has been out for pretty much the same amount of time, and it's been fully accessed. It just went free to play maybe 2 months ago for Christmas, and that's on its last legs. Like, everybody's kind of ready for the next thing, the next engine to come out, and we're still waiting for Fortnite Save the World to finally spread its wings and become a fully fledged game on an engine that's 5-6 years old.
Right.
I think the biggest issue, though, at least from my experience, pugging. I'm not sure if that's a popular term, but open matches, just public queuing, solo queuing, whatever you want to call it these days. My experience working my way all the way to Twine Peaks with absolutely no friends and no help, and then finally getting into that community-based system with Discords and Reddit. We're like, hey, here I am. I can help you with missions. This is my stats. I think this game is 100% more fun when you've got friends, 3 friends and you in a group on friends only, bullshitting around, getting missions done. The game's not hard. Everybody over PL100 can honestly say that the game is not challenging.
Right.
But it is very much like Sea of Thieves, and I played Sea of Thieves without friends, and it was boring, and it sucked. And then I got a couple friends, and it is the time of my life. Like, that is one of the best games I've played this year, that for no other reason, it's just fun because you're with your friends. Like, there's really nothing, like, it's one of those games where it's like you sit down and you think, like, why do I like it so much? And you can't really answer it because there's so many things that make you say, well, that's not fun. I don't like that. I don't like this. But then when you're with your friends, it's like all that goes away. And I honestly think Save the World is in the same sandbox mentality. And I hope that Epic can kind of grow on that aspect of it, that this game is fun with friends. The whole, you can solo queue if you want and make friends and you'll find cool people. But once you can get the same group of people that you're playing with over and over and over again, this game really becomes a lot more fun.
Right. I definitely, I think that with Sea of Thieves, it definitely contributes a lot more, because it's all about that adventure. You're making your own adventure. Whereas here, you can actually, I don't know, I think there's more opportunity to mesh like skills and player loadouts and all that. Again, it's easy. You don't need to. We could all go in there with some farming characters and still knock it out. But you have a lot more opportunity to really make the most of it with friends in terms of strats and even just some of the goofiness, putting the jump pads under each other, and like, because we've had rounds where we like still win and we're just kind of like trying to troll each other.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I agree with you there too. I think probably more so with Sea of Thieves, but I completely agree. And trying to make it to Twine without friends, just seriously, being an OG player like yourself, just props, because I had friends to play with, thank goodness. And man, it's rough. That candy grind, for example, which I'm talking about the OG candy grind. Not you guys are just starting to play Fortnite and you got that like 12 pages or whatever it is, and you get Steel Wool Sid. I'm talking when you had a limited set of heroes, you could only hold so many resources. It was much harder, and there was no pages to say, hey, I'm almost done. it was just a never-ending list of random missions that felt like it's kind of like when you're out at sea and you look in all directions and there's no land. You don't know when Canny is going to be over until it's over.
Yeah. Yep.
And to be out there by yourself, it's like it's just helpless. And a lot of people, even with friends, get burned out on Canny. So this dude's basically saying I play with a bunch of randoms and push my way through it. That's excellent. It's amazing. So, one other thing I just want people to know about you if they don't already. So anybody from my audience, hopefully, if they could check you out. Again, he's on YouTube, guys. It's Motomat. I got a screenshot right here. I want to pull up. Let me go back to my other source. This is his PUBG record right here. So there you can see it's Motomat. He's rating 2038. He's in the top 0.19%, guys. Pretty crazy. So if you guys are into that PUBG action and you're not watching the Fortnite Battle Royale or Ring or Elysium or something like that, and you wanna see that old school PUBG that made Battle Royale the big thing, you might want to check this guy out. He's got some pretty awesome videos that will hold up to the test of time. That being said, one last thing for Fortnite, guys. If you guys are playing Fortnite or you do use the Epic Shop, keep in mind we have supported creator codes. Mine again is Solar Bang. It's right there at the bottom of the screen. I don't know if you have one or not. I figured I'd ask.
No, this is about you, man. You got this.
Okay, I probably should have asked ahead of time. But if so, I wanted to get yours out there too. So who knows? He might have one after this guy. So just keep an eye on this guy. If he gets one, you know, show this guy a little bit of love. All right. So I think this is covered. I guess my last question here for you is just I know you're going to Epic headquarters. I think there's a good chance that they're gonna do like an NDA or something. But assuming that you can still talk about it, do you mind doing a follow-up piece to talk about how that went?
Absolutely, yeah. I have a lot of hope for it. Anything that I can talk about, I will. I definitely respect NDAs. I know a lot of people think they're jokes, but as a businessman myself, you know, being a little bit older in this community, Epic doesn't have to do stuff like this. They don't have to invite their players to their headquarters and show them what's coming down the road. They can just say, deal with it when it comes out. So I definitely don't want to be burning any bridges with them. I honestly expect it to be just like any other company. They're gonna meet and greet, they're gonna dine and dash, they're gonna give us food, they might let us talk to the devs, maybe a little Q&A, show us what's down the road. It sounds like that's what happened with the Twitch streamers. They got to see the Frostnite missions, and they got to see like how Frostnite was going to be different compared to last year's Survive the Storm missions. And that would be cool to know that there's stuff coming down that's exciting. I do think that a lot of stuff's going to change in the next 3 months with this game. I wouldn't be surprised if we go there on Tuesday and they're showing us the Twine biome. I'm not saying, not confirming anything. Like, I'm just saying it would not surprise me if they say, hey, here's the Twine biome.
Yeah, that would be amazing if you could see either Twine or that hero rework or any of that stuff, man. That'd be sick. And I think you're right too. I mean, people need to realize this too. A lot of people have some unrealistic and unhealthy expectations of Epic Games. You got to look at these other game manufacturers like EA and stuff. There's a lot of people will just abandon games straight up, and even though they may have not done the greatest job with communication or even like the speediest of updates, they've stuck with it. They've kept pushing out new content. They've kept updating it. I mean, I do think for their portfolio and the amount of money they're taking in, some of the stuff like the chat filters and all could have been, you know, easily fixed. But at the same time, they need the credit where it's due. And one last thing, guys. Just a fun fact. Apparently, when Motomat goes there, he's actually going to be going in his character with a motorcycle helmet. So just picture that, guys. Guy running around, knocking on Epic headquarters doors or standing outside, walking through with a helmet. I think that's going to be crazy. And
yeah, I'm hoping that they're cool with it. Like, I don't know how strict security is there, but they should be pretty cool with it. They know who I am. I've talked to I talked to the creator's research guy. I forgot his name, to be honest. Let me find it real quick. I don't wanna make him feel not important. He's a really cool guy. Paul Heath, senior user experience project manager at Epic, gave me a call. Nice little chat on the phone. I asked him like generic questions like, "Can I come, as character?" And he said, "Yeah, that's fine." And I'm like, "Am I allowed to take pictures?" He's like, "Yep, that's cool." So I am definitely going to be able to share some stuff, and I think that's the key to these meet and greets is they want organic material that wasn't scripted, that didn't feel forced from their PR standpoint. They want genuine happiness. They want players to go there, experience the community, or experience the game. They want the dev to experience the community, for what it really is. And I'm really happy that they're letting a lot more to be shared and shown. So that would be cool.
Yeah, just so you guys think he's not joking or anything like that, I'm not gonna play the whole thing, but I'll give you guys a little sample to show it's legit.
Hello, this is Paul Heath calling from the Epic Games User Research Team. This message is from Matt. I'm calling about the survey you filled out.
So there you go. That's a nice little preview sample, guys. I'm super excited to hear how this goes. Make sure when you're there, definitely get some good pics, and if you can, let us know about it. If not, cool. Let them know about your boy Solar Bay. And one thing would be kind of cool. I don't know if you can float it or not, but again, I don't want to tell you what to do with your time. But before this game had launched, they had some YouTube content creators. They gave them actual banners in the game.
Yeah, I remember that.
There was like 21 of them. I actually have one, a ninja. You can only pick one of them. They did this like as the game initially launched, and I don't even think these guys are playing the game anymore. And I'm thinking like, there's all these guys that are still involved with the game. 500 some days later, and I'm thinking it'd be kind of cool if they went and revisited that and kind of to celebrate the anniversary of the game or something like that. Maybe through some for us YouTube and Twitch guys to give us some like in-game banners. I think that would be amazing. I don't know if they would do it, but it'd be cool if somehow they got that feedback. And it's up to you if you want to share it with them. Just an idea. I was hoping you might be able to float.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I could definitely bring that up. I remember the mollusk banner. And yeah, it's crazy to think that this game had so much. I'm sure you remember, there was actual quests that you could participate in. If your streamer was on live streaming the game, yes, you would get a special Twitch quest line that you could do in the game. So there was a lot that they had idea wise for this game, and then PR showed up out of nowhere and just knocked the bricks off this company. And to be fair, that's what happens when you get a spark in the pan like that you just run with it. You cannot blame a company for chasing the dream. Like, that's their job, is a company. But I have a lot of ideas. That's a good one. I will definitely bring that up. I would love to see them do something community based for sure. I know it's going to be cheesy and I might get some flack for it, but I'm okay with it. I would be completely cool with skins of the guns. Let's CS:GO this game or something. Like, yes. Let the community content creators come up with their own crazy skins for guns. Maybe if they have a mixer, or not mixer, what's the shader program? There's a shader program out there that people use to like change models and stuff for the games. Whatever program it is. Maybe they can reskin their own gun, like make their own vision of a gun, and it's their gun, and it's literally called like the Solar Bane AK-47, and that would be cool, man. Like, that's the way it should be. This game is weird enough. It's got crazy enough stuff in BR. I see no reason why they can't allow the community to embrace it and make it their own.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, I think we got everything here, and maybe more than I anticipated. That's awesome. Any final thoughts, or got to hear?
Just keep anyone that's playing the game, that's listening and watching this. There's just a couple things that I think someone needs to hear. I know you've talked about it on your channel, so I give you a lot of props for that. But don't think you need to play one specific character. Don't think you need to only use one gun. And, have fun. The game's easy. You're gonna realize that whatever power level you are, you're gonna start realizing real quick that the game is not. This isn't Dark Souls. This is Save the World. You can have fun. You can do weird stuff. Have fun with it. I personally, I have one character. I use Blackbeard, and I use the Siegebreaker, and that's it. And you know what? I have fun because that's what I want to do, and I have fun with it. So do you play your game? Don't let nobody tell you how to play your game.
What's your support and tactical?
I think I'm using the assault rifle damage. So I think the Berserker guy Wukong that I got for free from the event, and then yeah, and then I'm using the Master Grenade for the health. So every time it does damage, I get to get some health.
The regen, just shredding. I like it. I like it.
It's simple. It's to the point. It's very basic. It's very vanilla, but it works for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I dig it. All right, guys. Well, hopefully we're gonna follow up on this. But if not, thank you so much for giving us so much of your time and some insight into your AFK project. And just keep in mind, guys, this is one of the good guys. I know he was AFKing in games, but he was doing it for a good cause, for science, very short time frame, and he made it very public what he was doing. So, if you see this guy, give him a high five, say hi, and check out his YouTube channel, guys. I'll put the link in the comments below. Solar Bang signing out.